this private, and it shows the resilience of Chadwick. I mean, definition of resilience should have Chadwick just like this. You know
Period.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
real
Period.
Because
talk,
he,
real
Yeah.
talk.
man, but yeah, AI. If you could expound upon uh, that that message you put out there, because I think that's a very important message for
Before
people
you
to
do
hear.
that though, Alan, I just wanted to say like something that I learned since his passing was how destined it seemed for him to be in the position he was in.
Right.
So Felicia Rashad was his professor at Howard
Mm,
University, and she's the one who reached out to Denzel to pay for
nice.
his the little thing that he went to. And not
Like
only
his
that,
tuition for acting. Yeah.
for the acting class that he went to or whatever. And then
Hmm.
even prior to that, when Angela Bassett did a commencement speech, he was the one who was slated to escort her onto the stage. This was when he was just a student at Howard.
Right.
So like he
Nice.
was destined to be who he became.
Right.
That's what's up,
He
man.
had and the brother, like, he did a couple of interviews that I caught some years ago. And I mean, the brother was just intelligent as well, like brilliant and intelligent, two different things. High IQ, just a masterful mindset, man.
Yeah.
And if you think about the diversity, in my personal opinion, of the characters that he played, you have to be built as a thespian, shit, as a person. You have to be built a certain way to be able to like take on those roles. Unlike our good friend Terrence Howard, who's the same person.
You gotta
I'm
relax.
trying to get Daryl to jump in with the
Uh,
hey man, say man. Daryl
Listen,
miss.
Lucius.
look here, look here, brother. Look here. That's ooh,
Hey, I'm
man.
Iron Man, man. I'm
Nah,
Iron
man,
Man.
nah, man, nah, man, nah, man, nah, man. No, we ain't gonna do
Luscious Iron Man.
look, this Aquaman, Iron Man,
I mean War Machine, man.
man.
I wasn't Iron Man. Luscious War, baby. War Machine, man. She with me, but she ain't with me. Now the
Oh
funny
man.
thing, we are talking about two or three different movies, and we didn't change our voice. But go ahead, AI. What you was going? What's
Nah,
the
you good, man. No, just to expound quickly, man. Um, it's crazy to me that in this day and age,
Mhm.
that you see memes and stuff all the time, right? I just so happened to be sitting in the car yesterday, and I was going through stories. I was waiting on my son to come out, and I like went through like 3 or 4 different stories, and the little meme was up. Chadwick's went for years and nobody said nothing. Check your circle hashtag. I'm like, bro, like this is insane. Like,
Right.
you know, and everything starts within, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always
That's
gonna
right.
think you're gonna think that because number one, you can't hold water. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's number one. You can't hold water.
Exactly.
Whoever
Ex-
you is, you can't hold
right.
water.
Right.
Number two, you don't have any expectations of other people that are around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and cliques and crews and friends go through drama, quote unquote. Sometimes you have disagreements or whatever, but you don't rat on your man's or your girl, and I don't mean rat as in street sense, but you don't. If somebody trusts you with something, man, you gotta sit on that. You gotta sit on
That's
that.
right.
Like, how many arguments you've been in, and somebody you thought you was cool with brought up something because they was trying to tear you down, and this is a man that was in Hollywood, and people are so astonished, like, oh, nobody said anything. This man was famous, and da 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 da. It's like, bro, you gotta really just reevaluate who you're around. Like, you just have
Yeah.
to do so. That's the only way. It's the only right. So, um, yesterday, I wasn't upset or angry. I was just like, man, it's crazy to me that y'all really think that you can't tell anybody anything and just be cool and sit on it and make it happen. Like,
Yeah.
at least have 1 or 2 people, man. Damn.
Them with some airtight ass NDAs.
Hey, they already knew, because it had to be for him to catch that in 16. I said catch that like it was the flu, but for him to be diagnosed in 2016, and then have to go through movies and stuff. It's probably days he was sick or running late.
That's what I read that like I want to say it was, I can't remember who said something about it, but they were like, he was going through, they were like shooting films between numerous surgeries and treatments and things like that. Like there's also, unlike a lot of celebrities, there are very few photos of him in his weakened state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like you said, you just imagine the loyalty of the people around as well as his doctors.
Right.
So, and of course they're governed by a different set of laws.
Right.
Yeah, they're governed by a different set of laws, but
That's right.
who's to say that another, like another nurse or something like that, or orderly walking down the street or, walking down the hallway, oh, that's, whatever. But
Right.
I am surprised, but I'm also elated to know that man was able to live in peace, because cancer is no joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know the people at
Cancer is
Marvel.
no joke.
But the people at Marvel knew. Kevin Feige, I know
course,
from Marvel,
yeah.
knew everything. They was letting them slide with different stuff because they knew what was going on. So they knew. They didn't know it was gonna go like this. Is from what I've read and what they've said, that they were already thinking about how they need to transition already.
Right.
And how to protect him in general, like even shooting scenes wise, like, all right, we got Chad for like a week and a half, y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Hang this out because he got to go do some other stuff, and we want to give him enough time to be able to rest and do everything else he wants to do. So it was people. It was a lot of people supporting him, man. But it also shows when people weren't willing to snake you and just put your business out there, you may not be that most genuine as a person then, because a lot of more people knew about his sickness than you think knew. A lot of people knew. They just
and the thing is,
they liked him so much that
I just wanted to. Go ahead, D. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they was like, I'm not gonna be the one to put that out there. Now,
Right.
But the thing is too, like when you think about a lot of these Hollywood sets, and just the whole, TMZ culture and so on and so forth, it's crazy because you have so many fucking parasites. Excuse my language, but you have so many parasites that like hone in on stuff like that. So they can be quick to show a picture of this or be able to tell you, or the rumor reports and stuff like that. And just to see that did not happen, man. I'm so grateful for that, man. And that is, like you said, Daryl, AI, him having a tight group around him. And sometimes when people see, they might not even be a part of your group, but when they see you have a tight group or a great core around you, they follow suit versus try to be malicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's like, all right, I usually be on my fuckboy stuff, but man, this Chadwick Boseman, man, I ain't even gonna put him out there like that.
I did see after he passed away, I was on TikTok, and one of the TikTok users had like he had like maybe like 3 or 4 pictures of him. One was him like in a wheelchair, but he was all covered up, I guess like coming out of a hospital or something. The other was like him coming out of like a grocery store or something like that. And like a lot of people were commenting like, yo, this is disrespectful to this man's legacy. Like, we want to remember him as Black Panther. We don't want to remember him in a state that he didn't want to be remembered in.
Right.
And I think
that's not realistic.
I mean, he eventually took the post down because so many people was just talking about how disrespectful it was. Of course, he wasn't of the darker skin tones.
Right.
But
okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. This one hit different. I think this one was a little personal.
Agreed.
Yeah. And one of the things, go ahead.
I'm just wondering where y'all see Black Panther going, because it's not going to end.
Well, before we get that, I do want to say this. You know how people always be like, well, if someone passes and so on and so forth, it's always like, oh, well, what is the message and this, that, and the third. And sometimes that stuff can get corny. But I will say, I'll just be corny for the moment. Like, just seeing as much as that brother has done, and it's other people who've done a lot